All right. Welcome to 10 Tech Entrepreneurs Nebraska, sponsored by the Nebraska Tech Collaborative, powered by the Aksarben Foundation. I am Grace Kane, and I am joined today with my co-host.
I am Brian Poppy. I work at Mutual of Omaha. And as Grace said, this is Tech Entrepreneurs Nebraska, also known as 10, podcast that we fit into 10 minutes. There are no second takes. There's no editing, and we will cut you off at the end of 10 minutes.
Oh, man.
I know, crazy. We are joined today by Nezzie Hardges. Nezzie, how are you?
I am great. How are you guys doing?
Doing
great.
That's
Doing
good.
great.
I'm excited to be here.
We are very excited that you're here.
Yeah.
So Nezzie, like, one, tell us about yourself. And then two, I do want to know, you've got an elevator shirt on, and I do kind of want to know about elevator.
Awesome. So, of course, I am Nezzie Hardges. I am an implant here in Nebraska. Can you believe? But I've been here for be 4 years in October. However, like I've come to learn a lot and meet a lot of people and have a lot of great experience here in Nebraska. So yeah, but right here on my shirt, I have Elevator, and I'm the community director for Elevator co-warehousing community in downtown Omaha in the Old Market. And yeah, well, I'm excited to be a part of the team.
Well, where were you at before coming to Nebraska 4 years ago?
I was actually the partnership coordinator at the Nebraska Tech Collaborative.
Oh, right on.
Yeah. So
No way. I didn't know that.
So kind of how I got to Elevator is Shannon and Emiliano Lerda, who are the co-founders of Elevator. I was out meeting them, looking for new partners for the NTC. And little did I know, when I was talking to them to see how we can help, they were vetting me to say, "Hey, Nezzie, do you want to work with us?" And I was like, But ultimately, at some point, I said yes, and I started with Elevator in August of 2022. We opened our doors on October 1st, so we are a startup, and we are thriving.
So you're in the Old Market in a, so you said, I think co-warehousing.
Co-warehousing.
Okay, so tell us, what is co-warehousing?
So if you are you guys familiar with co-working? So
Yes.
co-working
Correct, yes.
spaces. So we do co-warehousing. So basically, our main goal is to target small to medium-sized e-commerce businesses, or anyone who sells physical goods. They're makers, and they're kind of mostly are working out of their home, or they're looking for a space to do full service production, and fulfillment and shipping. And out of our co-warehousing space, they can do all of those things in one swap.
Got it.
Have you been to the space yet?
I have not.
You should come.
You should check it out. It is amazing.
So Elevator is, we took over the old O'Keefe Elevator building downtown. So it is 56,000 square feet of space. We have underground parking. There are 75 warehouses across 4 stories of space.
Sheesh.
And 75 warehouses and 17 offices, 3 meeting rooms. That includes a training room, stadium style, a conference room space, and then also a photo studio.
Cool.
And we also have a really cool rooftop too.
They do.
Yeah, and it's a beautiful view downtown.
So I got to get down there. This sounds amazing.
Okay.
So any notable companies you can talk about that's like housing out of there?
One of our larger companies that kind of take up most of our space, I can say, is Gautier.
Okay.
They are also a tech startup here in Omaha. Maxwell is a tech startup here in Omaha as well. And then we have 58 other businesses that are just spread across the building.
Jeez.
I know a Flatwater Free Press. and-
Flatwater Free
Okay,
Press,
sure.
Silicon Prairie News
Are in
is
there.
in our building as well. Yep.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
What, I mean, 75, I was like, I don't know how you've filled that, but it sounds like you're very close to like
There's
full
a market
occupancy.
here. So
No
we
joke.
have everyone in between: e-commerce businesses, nonprofits, anyone. So we have some businesses that provides a service in the space. Our members have definitely shown us what we could do with the building.
Yeah.
In particular, a tattoo shop and also an artificial greenhouse. So with so many different range of businesses that are inside the space that we didn't even know we could have, but it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, that's pretty great.
Yeah.
So if somebody's interested and they're like, you know what, this is outgrown like my basement operation, how do they get in touch with you?
So they just reach out to hello at elevatorspaces.com. Let us know what your needs are. Tell us like how we can help, what your current challenges are, what things that you desire in your business operations, and we find ways to help accommodate that. And when you are find the right space in the right place. So that's kind of like our motto.
So what do you do in your role as community director?
Oh my God. If you talk to Shannon and Emiliano, they would probably tell you that I kind of run the building. But I'm basically in charge of everything in and out of the space. So the member experience, creating programming for the members. We don't just provide them space. We also connect them with community experts and other businesses that can help them scale and grow their business. So we are definitely all about the community aspect of Elevator. So again, not just space, we're all about community. So any programming that's educational to them, connecting them to the right resources to help build their business. Again, a lot of them are startups, a lot of them are small businesses, so they may not have the full concept of what is needed to grow. So we provide the connector aspect to their experience in this space. Other than that, just managing the day-to-day operations, finding ways to build up the member experience. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah. Hopefully that involves like parties on this rooftop you talked about.
We have parties on the rooftop. We have member socials.
I gotta get an invite to one of these.
They get a lot of benefits at Elevator. So parties, member social events, they get educational and training, but we do have e-commerce and friends, which we do on a monthly basis. We're starting to kick it back up throughout the summer. So anyone out there who has been successful in their e-commerce business, please reach out to me. I would love to chat and have you become a speaker at one of our Elevator and Friends, our e-commerce and friends member socials, where you will have the floor to share all of your expertise. Yeah.
That's great. All right. I've got some questions about like being a transplant to Nebraska.
Yeah.
So like what was maybe the hardest transition coming from, I actually don't know where you're at before this.
I moved here from Tampa, Florida.
Okay. What was,
I know, don't ask. It was an adult decision.
so yeah, what was maybe the hardest transition coming from Tampa to Omaha?
I didn't know a thing about Omaha. All I knew is that Omaha was what Peyton Manning said when he hiked the ball. I didn't know a thing. I didn't know a soul here. I moved here with the previous job that I was in. I was a store manager for T-Mobile, and I was asked to move to Nebraska to help with the Sprint and T-Mobile merger at one of their larger stores here. So, so that's kind of like how it was. But I mean, it was easy. I came right before the pandemic, so I'm still learning a lot. Being at the NTC as a part of the Aksarben Foundation definitely connected me to a lot of individuals here, business leaders, community peers that basically helped get me up to speed on what Nebraska is all about. And it's been awesome.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah. What a good connection. So I guess special thanks to T-Mobile and Sprint for merging and bringing.
I didn't like working for them here, so it's like it's time for a career change. Yes.
What like one thing I suppose would you change about maybe the Nebraska ecosystem that might have made your transition easier?
Getting connected to different aspects of the community. It's definitely a culture shock coming into Nebraska. It's definitely like familiarity wise and just kind of like how everything is spaced out. I wished everything was a little bit more together. Everyone was a little bit more mixed in. So that way you can get a different experience and be able to capture everything that Omaha and Nebraska has to offer. I think that would have been better.
Yeah, I got it. I mean, I suppose that's probably things that we're trying to work on either through the NTC or through the types of community building that you're doing at Elevator.
Exactly. So being a part of the NTC and Aksarben Foundation definitely made me appreciate the work that they did or that we did, and I'm still doing, because it's bringing everyone together in one space to make decisions on how we can improve, how we can change, and how we can grow the community in Nebraska as a whole by bringing everybody together through connections. And
love it. Well, Nezzie, thanks for joining us today.
Of course.
We are nearing the end of our 10 minutes. And
yes,
Richard, our engineer, will just cut us off here in a second. So
But glad to have you on the show.
I'm glad to be here, and I hope that we can be here again too.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thanks everybody for joining us today.
Bye.
Have a great one.